Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Clouds Media Sports. And then, as the news keep wrangling, we cannot stop. We cannot stop bringing it out. And today we have special news, transfer news, Todd Bowley Revolution, as I named my title. And I know you guys will bear with me. Chelsea and Todd Bowley plan for the future for the fans, which also will be looking at the Vidal or Josko Vidal, the strong defender with Croatia, Czech Republic that's been linked with Chelsea. Also, we were talking about there's another interest. There's Real Madrid interest in there, and if we're not very careful, Madrid might swap that player away. So we'll be looking at that too, and we'll be looking at the relationship. The reason why I said if we are not very careful, Madrid can swap that player away. And whenever you're having a competition with going for a player and Real Madrid is involved, then you have to understand there's always a high possibility that you're going to end up losing on that player. I know there have been so many chances where other teams have been able to swap players with Real Madrid. Maybe Real Madrid interest on that player is not as others might think. It's not as strong as they wanted the player, but they want him, but not too strong. But when Real Madrid really want a player, they go in all out and they fight for everything to make sure they get that player. And then Makoko also, latest on Makoko transfer, which is certainly done deal, and also Chelsea's new man, which we'll also be talking about the Christopher Vivell as the technical director, as he's been strongly tagged as a very, very difficult negotiator. We'll also be talking about, and also don't forget, elsewhere we'll be talking about the Gianluca Vialli, legend of the game, someone who has also played the game before. We'll be talking about those that player, and then the players, the names that I've mentioned so far. So yeah, before we're gonna look at this guy here. We're gonna look at Christopher, as he's been Christopher, the technical director. I think Chelsea have signed. We will look at him, trying to find out. Let me share that screen here. So if we look at this is the guy that I was really mentioned is as Fabrizio Romano, and also some big Chelsea channel brought him up. Chelsea media outlets, those that are really key on him, brought his name up, and you can tell this is coming from Ben Jacob, and Ben Jacob statement, and I'm gonna read that out. Since Christopher Vivell will join Chelsea as technical director now, clearance to work in the UK has come true, as first reported by Matt Law. Matt Law, another great who worked with the Telegraph. Hope has always been Vival can start immediately since he was sacked from Leipzig, but his contract did have a cooling period. So it is Chelsea have really got their man, but why would Chelsea are keen on getting this guy? The only thing is Todd Bowley really is key on the interest and the way IB Leipzig go about with the football club. So he's really into it. So this guy is one of the guys that have made RB Leipzig very successful. So why wouldn't you take a chance? Why wouldn't you bring him in if there's a guy like that that has really helped a club like RB Leipzig? And he's worked with lots of people, lots of big name players. As I know, big name players. What had name over there? Let me see. I have earlier on. Hold on a minute, Steven. Hold on a minute. Give me a minute, but Ryan wants to join. Yeah, he has really worked with top players in my opinion. I think yeah, like I have over here, he has really worked with Helen Haaland, Adeyemi, Sadio Mane, Patson Daka. So it is a very a player that is I mean a technical director of a high pedigree, and for him to be with Chelsea Football Club at this moment, I think yeah, we're seeing the Todd Bowley regime and his era surging forward. No, things will be really, really good for the football club. And I've already said in some of my stream that if we should take things easy and analyze what is going on at this moment, people should have really much patience for the football club because we're going through transition. Not too long ago, where Todd Bowley and his people sack Thomas Tuchel. Now we have a new man in charge, which need much more time to reassess the team, trying to figure out who are going to be his main players. You know, main players that he can move them forward. There are so many players that some are on loan, some are there permanently that he doesn't even trust. And I don't even think that um, Graham Potter really have so much trust in Zachariah or even have so much trust in Hakim Ziyech, as I even said that on uh, the Brew Lounge channel the other day, because, like I said, hasn't got much playing time. Why hasn't he get much playing time? Probably is because uh, Graham Potter doesn't like his style of play, or maybe he's not doing something that he really want on the training ground. So with all these things that comes together, that's how most of the time managers or coaches assess players and be able to give the chance to play in match day time. But then we hope to see. Todd Bowley looks so impressed with RB Leipzig strategy that has starting to um, target their main man. He wants players from there. The main guy, like I said, Christopher Vivell is their main target, and he has him. He had him now. Okay, that's a technical director. Like I said, he's like a done deal. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted about him, and then also Florian Pittsburgh. Um, Florian Pittenberg has also tweeted about him, and also other media outlets have also tweeted about this guy. And he is certain he is a winner. He is a winner, and bringing a winner of his magnitude, he will save Top Bolly some money. He's not gonna be losing money as they kind of um investing ownership as they are. They like to invest, but then they will always like to get something back out of the investment. They're not just throwing money away. So they want a guy that can really recruit um sporting director, that a technical director that can have the technical eyes also in one way or the other, that can really assess, have the real database, bring the right players to the club, and then be able to see Chelsea Football Club in a different level. Okay. So, like I said, Todd Bowley is a guy. He's in here with. He's really got his man that he's looking for. Technical director from RB Leipzig is in. We will talk about the Josko Vidal. Vidal, that's the name is very difficult for me to say, but yeah, Josko Vidal guy. And then the only thing I want to say here is the relationship between Vidal and Luka Modric. Same club, same country. You don't play the same football club. But then Real Madrid are also in the link. So the fact that Real Madrid have so much respect for Luka Modric, as old as he is, he still plays for the football club. There's always a possibility. We saw that from Rudiger. Rudiger became an intermediary. He became a agent to be able to persuade other German players to come to the football club. So it could be the same thing that Real Madrid can use Luka Modric to talk. You can Modric to be the middle guy to talk to this defender that Chelsea are fighting for him to be able to come to Real Madrid. And whenever there's Real Madrid, fight going for you, Real Madrid and Chelsea, most of the time, Real Madrid win. Just as like Real Madrid won the race over Hendrick, the 16 years boy from Brazil, which they've signed him with so much money, but then he won't be able to take part. He won't be able to play until I think until he's 18 years old. So maybe 3 years more, 3 years more for him to be able to play for Real Madrid. That's silly, though. But it's a gamble. Stuff like that are very. It's a risk. If you don't have the heart, you don't have the guts. You cannot take that kind of a gamble to be able to sign a 16 year old for that amount of money, and then for him to be in the club for 2-3 years before he can start playing regularly. It is crazy, but we've seen Chelsea have also done that with even with um a finished article. I mean, when I talk about finished article, players that are really in their peak, they brought them from different countries, different leagues to the Premier League, and it never goes on well. So it is something that Chelsea have to look into and see how can we win this guy over Real Madrid if Real Madrid has shown interest. Chelsea have reportedly held talk with um uh, Vrdal, I think so. This Croatian, the Josko Gvardiol, agent for a potential deal. Real Madrid interest, as I already said, is, I mean, in his signing, but not firmly contacted him. Real Madrid hasn't really talked to the guy yet, but Chelsea have talked to his agent, and Chelsea are probably ready to offer him 3.5 year deal. Meanwhile, Real wants to offer 4 year contract. 4 year, 3 years. Which one will you go for? Maybe the longer the contract is, the more money you get. Maybe the shorter the contract is, the more money. Or I don't know how that works when it comes to short-term contract and long-term contract. But I believe if I were him, I'll go for the long-term contract and then get more money for myself and secure my position because I've been tagged as one of the best defenders of the 2022 just ended World Cup, which we saw the glorious Lionel Messi lifting the World Cup trophy. As I have a replica right behind me, you know. So it's going to be a very very big beating war between Real Madrid and Chelsea. Madrid relationship is also very things that people have to really pay attention to. If you sleep on Real Madrid and Modric, Chelsea fans are going to end up laughing at the wrong side of your mouth. And this is what I have. This is Luka Modric's relationship with Josko. Real Madrid are confident the relationship between Luka Modric and his compatriots can help to finalize the deal, just like I explained earlier on. And it looks like we Chelsea fans have to be uh Chelsea fans and Chelsea board have to go strong on this guy. They don't have to sleep 24/7. If you sleep on this, Real Madrid will snatch this guy away. They will snatch him. According to reporters, Josko will respect to Leipzig's call whenever or not to consider offers next month before making his choice. So, like, he still has a contract with Leipzig. Leipzig will be keen on whatever decision he makes. And also, we're going to talk about Yusuf Makoko. Yusuf Makoko is in the news. It's a young boy from Borussia Dortmund. Makoko has been struggling link with a move to Premier League club Chelsea, which we've seen that happen again. And Manchester United among the club interested in this young guy. Another, you know, he's very young. Let's see what European football expert Julian Laurent said about Makoko. Julian Laurent said that Makoko to stay at his current club to groom himself more and then go for a big move. While talking to ESPN, he said, I will expect him, into bracket Makoko, to do that staying here is the best for him. He was getting better So, like I say, he's a developed player. He's on his developmental mood, still developing to become a very, very good player. Will you prefer to move right now from a team that you feel comfortable at, or maybe a league that you're playing very well? Will you prefer to move from that league and go to a different league and then trying to find your position? Because you're moving from, I wouldn't say um a very top tier team in the Champions League. You're moving from maybe a class two team in the Champions League going to a class one. So always going to a class one, which is high standard. They're definitely going to be um, world class players, players that are a little bit better than you that you have to compete against. That is where you have to show yourself how good you are when you get to that stage. So even when he goes to Chelsea, he will be fighting among lots of good players. Um, Julie Tillemans to Arsenal. I know Arsenal have been running after Julie Tillemans for quite a long time. We haven't seen that materialize at all. We haven't seen that happen. So will Arsenal be able to get their man this time? Tillemans is a very, very good player. I saw that beautiful goal he scored against Chelsea in the FA Cup. So, Yuri Tillemans he had a very, very bad campaign in the World Cup with Belgium squad. There was so many disturbances in the dressing room. They were fighting. I read there's a fight between Kevin De Bruyne. There was a fight between Lukaku. And so many problems in the Belgian camp. So if Tillemans is trying to make his way to um Arsenal, I think he's a very good player. He will work very well for Arsenal. I think I would say Arsenal should jump in for this player if I were them, because they still need someone to help out. Should in case there's an injury with Odegaard or maybe Pate, or I know Pate he's not a defensive midfielder, but then you will need a very strong bench if you want to play. You want to win the Premier League this time with Arsenal. Arsenal need players that can really stand in, not second grade to the starting 11. You want first grade players that can come off from the bench and then replace some of the first starting 11 players that can push, that can make a difference when you need him. Because now Gabriel Jesus is injured. Some other players are also, and when there's so many injury affects the Arsenal team, which I never wish any injury on any player. But then anything can happen in the Premier League, and we don't expect that to happen. So yeah, Arsenal, Yuri Telemans will be a very good player that can help Arsenal team move forward. Yuri Telemans has been strongly linked with a move to Arsenal. Telemans have reportedly rejected new contract talks with the Foxes, which is Leicester City. You know, Granit Xhaka is into his uh another Xhaka, and then Arsenal are looking for a replacement. Another problem with Granit Xhaka, and Arsenal are looking for a replacement for Xhaka. Xhaka has been playing. Granit Xhaka has been playing very well. I wouldn't lie to you. I mean, I'm a Chelsea fan, but Xhaka have Xhaka. I know he's had a fallout with the fans couple years, but then his performance this season has been outstanding. He played very well. I watched him play live with my eyes. I watched him playing against Chelsea in the preseason, and he was outstanding player. He did he looks like he's finding Ateta has given him a new role at Arsenal, and he's that role is really making him feel much more important in the team. Without Xhaka, things become very difficult for them. But then Xhaka is playing very well, very well. So Tillemans' contract expires in 2023. That's next year. And when I talk about next year, we're in December. Next month will be January. So next year, 2023, Arsenal looking to sign him as a free agent. Yeah. Since when did Arsenal start signing free agents? Well, it's always the first time. I don't know, but Arsenal always sign play. They've signed lots of players, big money. Stan Kroenke have spent lots of money in the Arsenal football club. It's just the same thing. People say Stan Kroenke is not investing. Stan Kroenke is not doing that. The same as the Glazers. The Glazers are even putting money in the team. They buy these big name players, but then still they can't win anything. I don't understand when United fans. Okay, stadium doesn't play football. I know maybe you'd be worried about the facilities. Maybe you've been to Manchester City or you go to Real Madrid and their training pitch, even their dressing room is of top of the notch dressing room of maybe the stadium is just like the one we saw in Qatar, the Lusail Stadium, an amazing stadium. That stadium, I wish they can put me there to sleep there for just one day. Turn the air conditions on. It's just an amazing stadium. The Lusail Stadium in the just ended World Cup is one of the top uh, you know stadiums in the world. So yeah, Tillerman, like I said, there have been so many investment. Even Stamford Bridge is not anywhere compared to what Old Trafford is. But we are winning. That's the mentality. If stadium doesn't win trophies, it's the people, the manager, the kind of organization that the team have, the kind of organization that the club have. Those are the things that really help a stadium that help the team to win things, but not just the stadium. So if fans are really saying, "Oh, there's no investment going to the stadium. There's crack here, there's crack over there, and then roof is leaking, and roof is that, and the pitch is this," you go to places like Brazil. They don't even have what Manchester United fans have. They don't have it. They don't have it. They don't have any of this, but then they are passionate about the football that they play. They want to win, and they are winners. That is what matters to the Brazilian. That is why when you go to every competition, the main objective in the competition is for them to win it. That's the main objective in every competition that Brazil play. So looking at what kind of questions that am I asking? I'm gonna ask you, the fans, those that are watching. If it's the first time watching me, I got three of us watching the viewers. Send your comments in. If you're a stranger, you're not a stranger because you're still listening to me. If you have these questions that I want to throw out there, it's Chelsea looking to adapt uh, the style of RB Leipzig, or it's just looking forward to adapt that system. Do you think that is the reason why they brought Christoph in? Christopher Vivell, if I got his name right. Is that the reason why Chelsea brought this guy in? And which defender will you like Chelsea to sign? Is it the Croatian guy, or you have someone else in mind? Let me know. Where will Chelsea finish in the Premier League after making new signings with Potter? Another question. I'll answer those questions. My own questions that I put down. These are the questions that I'm asking myself. But if you're watching me, I'm also throwing that question to you. If I don't mind if you can answer if you have a chance. Hold on. I think give me a minute, guys. I thought I saw it. I thought I put a link in there. A minute. Yeah, I threw the in the chat. If you watching it, if you're watching, you want to come in, that's fine. Yeah, I said it's just looking to adapt the style of RB Leipzig. I think that is the main reason why they brought Christoph in to come help out. Which defender? To me, I'll go. Why wouldn't as a Chelsea fan, I always want to go the top of the top. No one else, but um, the outstanding defender, as we all saw, he's defending. But then this only people are criticizing his defending just because Lionel Messi went around him. It is Messi. He's just one of a kind. This young guy has won everything in this world. And if Messi mesmerize you, you can be ashamed because that is what he does, and his entire career. He's done that to Sergio Ramos. He's done that to Guti. If you guys know Guti, Guti of Real Madrid. He's done that to lots of Real Madrid. Pepe, he's done that to Pepe. Pepe, we saw him in the World Cup. He's done that to many defenders. So I don't think that people should feel very bad about how he went around um, the defender that Chelsea are in link with. I don't think it should be a yardstick measure to measure that defender. That shouldn't be maybe one of a kind. It never happens. It is Messi that did that. So with me, that will be the defender I would like Chelsea to sign to help Thiago Silva, because Thiago Silva will be 27, 27 years old, playing the highest level. He can't play every game all the time. You got to give him rest. Probably he can play 2 games in a week, then he gets another game rest. That is how we can benefit more from Thiago Silva. But if we throw him out there all the time, we're not going to get the best out of Thiago Silva. We won't get the best out of him. Where will Chelsea finish in the Premier League after making new signings? It's still not going to be easy. It's still not going to be easy because we have Arsenal that are still on top of the Premier League at this moment, and they're holding high. They're fighting very high. They're fighting very, very hard. They're not dropping points. We don't know if they retain. They're still going to have that kind of a momentum that they had before we went on the break. I'm not so sure. But then, can Arsenal continue the same way, the same form that they had? Who knows? I wish they can, because it's been a long time since they won a competition. I wouldn't be so biased because I'm a Chelsea fan. But then, if they can, if they can continue that momentum, that will be nice, in my opinion. Where would Chelsea find themselves in um the top of the table by the end of the season, or with this new signing? I would say, look, Nkunku will not be coming this January. I doubt he will be coming this January, but it looks like a done deal. It looks like a done deal. Probably they're gonna do it just like they did with Christian Pulisic, where Christian Pulisic stayed with IB Leipzig to the end of the season. Although Chelsea have paid for everything for him to move, so that was it could be in that aspect. But I think Chelsea might push harder to maybe the fourth position, because we have Arsenal that are playing very well. They're on top of their game, and we have Manchester City who are right there on their tail, pulling their tail. Then we have another noisy neighbors who are just running in with the oil money, which is Newcastle United. They are also on top of their game. They're playing very well at this moment. So Newcastle is right there. And then we have all these big teams, um, Tottenham Hotspurs, who I think, if Conte is still pragmatic enough, he can still keep them. He can still keep Tottenham Hotspurs up there to fight for the fourth position. Then Chelsea will be fighting with Manchester United for that fourth position. Also, then Chelsea will also be fighting with other clubs. So Chelsea will be fighting with almost about three clubs to be able to make it to the top four, top three. I mean, we're getting close to halfway of the season, but there's still more games to play. But can Arsenal keep that kind of can they keep that strength to the end of the season? Only God knows. So I think this is what I have to share with you guys today. It's been wonderful stream. It's been a wonderful stream. I always say it's a wonderful stream because I touch bases on transfer, you return means to Arsenal. I touch bases on Christopher Vivell to Chelsea, which is done deal, reported by big media house out there. And also, what else did I also touch on basis on? Makuku, Yusuf Makuku. Yeah, Yusuf Makuku, which Jurel Leron from, he's a French journalist from ESPN, describe him as a very good player, but I expect him to stay. If he's still under development, he should still stay there, develop very well. Then he can find himself the right football club to go, or maybe if he has to go to Chelsea, maybe by the time when the time is up for him to go to Chelsea, he will be definitely really ready to move on to Chelsea. So yeah, I agree and I understand. reason why he said that. But yeah, Chelsea have had their technical director for now, which is Christopher Vivell, is right there, and things are gonna move on the right way. Todd Bowley really loved the IB Leipzig model, style, and strategy that they used to run the club football club. So bringing one of the main man from RB Leipzig, we're gonna see difference. We're gonna see good things also happening. So yeah, guys. So thank you very much. Those that just joined in, I didn't have any comment to read at all. So the next time, if you join us and you have any comment, drop it. You can drop it in, and then I won't hesitate to read out for you. You guys have a wonderful day. Even half an hour stream, a little over half an hour. So Leo Desperando, like I said, my name is Nee Zion, Blue Clouds Media Sports. Here you go again. See you guys tomorrow for the next stream. You guys have a good night. Leo Desperandos, as usual, like I said, hang on to hope. Stay blessed.